Chapter 1. The Magic Mountain. In a tiny, colorful village surrounded by big, tall mountains, there lived two friends, Elsie and Leo. Their hearts were full of wonder and dreams of big adventures. The winter had turned their world into a sparkling, snowy playground, full of secrets waiting to be found. Every morning, Elsie would look out her window, watching the sun paint the mountains in bright, golden colors. Leo loved the night, looking up at the stars, imagining the stories they could tell. The mountains, with their snowy tops, seemed to call out to them. It was like a quiet whisper, promising exciting secrets and mysteries. Wrapped up in cozy clothes, their boots crunching in the snow, they started their adventure, not knowing where they would go, just following their happy hearts. As they went higher, the village looked like a tiny toy town far below. The air was fresh and cold, making their cheeks pink and rosy. Every step they took left a mark in the snow, like a story they were writing on a big, white page. They walked into parts of the mountain they had never seen before. The tall trees seemed to welcome them, watching over them as they explored this magical snowy world. It was a journey into the unknown, full of excitement and the thrill of finding new things. Chapter 2. Elsie and Leo climbed higher, where the air was lighter and everything felt peaceful and quiet. The only sounds were their footsteps and the soft whisper of the wind, playing with the trees and gently touching their faces. The wind seemed to tell old, secret stories of the mountain. It was like a song the earth sang, with snowflakes dancing in the air, each one special and beautiful. All around them was a winter wonderland, hills of soft snow, with dark rocks peeking out like the earth's hidden treasures. The trees, covered in snow, leaned towards each other, making secret paths for the children to explore. Deeper in the mountain, Elsie and Leo felt amazed. Here, nature was the queen, wild and untouched. The beauty was so big and wide, making them feel small but part of something magical. In this quiet, beautiful place, they heard a sound different from the wind. It was a gentle sigh, a secret the mountain seemed to share. Filled with curiosity, they followed this new sound, each step taking them to a hidden world, where the mountain's whispers were about to tell their stories. Chapter 3. Deep in the mountain, where sunlight danced through the tall trees, Elsie and Leo found a special clearing. It was like a secret garden, a magical place the wind had led them to. There, in the middle of the quiet and beautiful wilderness, they saw something amazing, a snow leopard. It had fur like the snow and eyes full of wisdom. It looked like a creature from a fairy tale. The leopard stood proudly, like a king of the mountains. It was rare and special, a magical sight to see. Elsie and Leo couldn't believe their eyes. They felt like they were in a dream, meeting a creature from a storybook. They stood still, not because they were scared, but because they were amazed. This was a special moment, a magical meeting. The snow leopard seemed to know them, sharing a quiet, secret friendship. Everything was peaceful. The leopard was like the heart of the mountain, showing the beauty and mystery of nature. With the leopard, the children felt a deep connection to the world around them, understanding how special and precious it was. Chapter 4. In that magical clearing, time seemed to stop. Elsie and Leo watched the snow leopard, learning important lessons from it. The leopard moved with grace and peace, showing the spirit of the mountain wild, free and beautiful. The children knew they were seeing something very important. The leopard was not just an animal. It was a symbol of the wild's beauty and balance. It showed them how important it was to take care of nature. The leopard walked softly on the snow, almost like it was part of it. It showed them how powerful and gentle nature could be, and how important it was to live in harmony with it. Elsie and Leo felt something change in them. They wanted to take care of the mountains and its animals. They wanted to tell others about their adventure, to help everyone understand how important it was to care for our world. In those quiet moments, they promised to be friends of the mountain, to respect its creatures, and to share their story, helping others learn about taking care of nature. Chapter 5. As the sun began to set, painting the snow in golden colors, Elsie and Leo knew it was time to go home. They said goodbye to the snow leopard, which had disappeared as quietly as it came, leaving a special memory in their hearts. Their way back was quiet, full of deep thoughts. The mountains seemed even more beautiful now. They noticed little things they hadn't seen before: the snow on the trees, animal tracks in the snow, and the sound of a hidden creek. Their adventure had changed them. They were more than just children from the village. They were storytellers with an important message. They had learned how everything in the mountains was connected and how special it was. When they got back to the village, the stars were starting to twinkle. Their hearts were full of thanks for the day's adventure. They realized that the best adventures could be right where you live, seen with new eyes and a loving heart. Chapter 6. After their adventure, Elsie and Leo became known in the village for their amazing story. They talked about the snow leopard and how important it was to take care of the mountain and its animals. Their story spread, making others feel wonder and a wish to help. The children, once just playing in the village, were now teachers of the mountain, sharing its beauty and asking others to help protect it. Elsie and Leo took their friends on small trips in the snow, teaching them to see and love nature. They talked about being kind visitors in the wild, leaving no marks behind. Their meeting with the snow leopard became more than a memory. It started a change. They helped their village see the mountain as a precious place to be cared for and respected. The mountain seemed to answer their kindness. More animals were seen, and people started to see the beauty they had always had around them. The children's story planted a seed of caring for nature, growing in everyone who heard it. Chapter 7. As the seasons changed, Elsie and Leo's friendship grew stronger. Their shared adventure, the lessons they learned, and the story they told made their bond unbreakable. They kept exploring the mountains, each trip a new story in their big book of adventures. They learned to understand nature's language, to hear the wind's whispers, and to see the stories in the land. Their friendship was like the mountains, strong, lasting, and full of wonder. They found happiness in every little discovery, and each day brought them closer to the nature they promised to protect. Even when they traveled far from the village, their hearts always stayed with the mountains of their childhood. Their bond with each other and with nature was a guiding light in their lives. Elsie and Leo's story was more than an adventure. It was a lesson in friendship, respecting nature, and discovering the world together.